What up, y'all? It's Wednesday. Dr. Pinesett here, the Premed productivity expert. And tonight, it's very, very cool what we're going to do tonight. We're going to break down someone's application tonight for nursing school. But for my medical school people, it's the same exact principle for medical school. And we're going to talk about these 5 key issues that this student made. And I'm going to walk you through my thought process when someone sends me their information or their application or their stuff, and they want to figure out why they didn't get in or how they can get in. I'm going to walk you through some of the things I look at when it goes through evaluating an applicant. And when I evaluate people's stuff, when I do a coaching session, I'm always evaluating from the perspective of a medical school committee. So I want to look at it like you're going to be viewed on that actual application committee on the table. When your application's there, how are they going to evaluate you? So that's what we're going to do tonight. It's very, very special. It's very, very cool, I think, because you guys will see just how intricate and how simple the tiny mistakes you guys make are that are catastrophic for your medical school chances. Are we ready? If you're ready, give me a like right now. Right now. Who's ready? Let the door ready. Okay. I saw some new people coming in here. First people in here. All right. So before we get to this, guys, a couple key announcements. So major changes ahead. I have a couple things we're going to talk about. First is that if you are planning on enrolling in my courses, awesome, do it. However, it's very important that you know from this moment forward, you can no longer get direct access to my private group through my courses. You now have the opportunity to apply for that group if you're in one of my courses, but you no longer have direct access. You actually have to ask me permission to hang with me and my pre-med crew. That's how we're going forward, so understand that. There are more courses coming soon. More courses coming soon. The third thing is that I do a select amount of coaching students every year. I'm highly selective, especially this year. It is extremely competitive. I'm starting to go through people's applications. This weekend is your last chance to sign up to potentially be on my coaching list. You can sign up this weekend, you'll go through the process, fill out the application, I will evaluate you and decide if you can get with me and have a coaching session with me. This weekend, be alert. Go to my coaching page right now, it's premedproductivity.com/coaching. Get on there and fill out the application to let me know you're interested, and I'll send you the application today. Do it before this weekend, otherwise you're out of luck. The next thing, the first course that's going to be available this month, the very first one, I'm pre-selling this Sunday only. You guys understand how everything works with me, right? It comes out, it's insanely cheap. It's like rock bottom prices. After that, it goes up to an appropriate price that's still well below the value, but it goes up. So the first course that's coming out pre-sale this Sunday, you can only get it for pre-sale pricing this Sunday, is How to Dominate the Med School Application and Personal Statement. This course is off the freaking hook. It's like having me in your back pocket telling you exactly how to get into medical school. It's going to be chock full of examples like we're going to do today, even more detail, breaking down every single aspect of someone's application so that you know all the T's to cross and all the I's to dot to make your application and personal statement stand out above the crowd. That's coming out this Sunday only. You can get it for pre-sale. You can get it for over 50% off, insanely cheap, this Sunday only. So if you want to get this course and you want to get it on the cheap, this Sunday is your chance. After Sunday, it will not be discounted. You cannot get it for less than full price, and you'll be kicking yourself. So jump on that. Be ready this weekend. Be ready. I only make announcements to help you guys out. When I tell you guys about an event, it's because my events a lot of times are free for students. So I only advertise to you guys to tell you, if you want help, this is your opportunity. Coaching, last chance this weekend. If you want the course for application and personal statement, this weekend is the last opportunity you have to get it for more than 50% off. Do you understand? Is everyone on the same page? I do coach international students. Excellent question. This weekend. All right, so we all understand that. Now, the other thing is, tonight we're going to do a brief review of someone's application. This is about, I meet with people for an hour to 2 hours in a coaching session. This is about 10 minutes of the meeting we're going to do today. It'll take longer because I'm explaining it to you guys, and you guys haven't seen her application yet. But my coaching sessions are laced with information, very thick, so we all understand. As an opportunity, because people have asked me for coaching who can't afford my coaching rates. Fine. I'm always willing to work for you guys, am I not? So, Coming up, listen closely, very, very soon, within the next 2 weeks, on my social media and on my website, I'm going to be announcing the opportunity to become a member of my Premed case files. I'm going to be running down every month. We're going to be doing live webinars where I go through and I break down someone's entire application or potential application, and I tell you how to avoid their mistakes and how to enhance their strengths so you can see an array of other people's applications. Do you think that's a benefit? To see other personal statements, to see other description sections, to see all the common mistakes that are made so you can avoid all of them. So this is another option. If you can't afford my individual coaching, this is another option for people to get involved and to get expert advice at a price that's cheaper. You can pay monthly for this. So it's much, right? So there's no excuse now, right? There's zero excuse why you can't get with the program and have an outstanding application going into medical school. Both with this course that's coming out, followed with the case files. However, this is important. You cannot be in the case files if you don't get the application course. So put that math together. You want to get the application course for more than 50% off this weekend. That way you can be eligible for the case files. That way you can get my coaching for very, very cheap. Everybody got it? So, to this lady. So this, I want to show you guys this. So I'm a notebook person, right? Everybody's seen, I have a stack of notebooks. So this notebook is May 2015. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn to the page. And I bookmarked it. It was my first coaching session of that month. And so I'm going to walk you guys through 5 of the issues. So this, let me see how far this goes. Okay, so this is all one coaching session. It's about 20 pages. We're going to go through 2 pages of that coaching session and talk about the 5 key mistakes this person made in their application so you can avoid those. Who is ready? Let me know right now. I'm going to sip this water. As you guys can tell, I had a long day in the ICU today. I got called an uppity nigger today, this morning, so that got me a little toast on my, a little jelly on my toast to start the day. That was led in front of that was preceded by being called colored, which was also interesting. I also had to do 2 family meetings today where I basically told people to unplug their families, their family members, which is important, right? End of life care. You got to be ready to unplug when it's time. When your relative's 90-something years old and they've been in the hospital for 4 months and they're not getting better, it's time to pull that plug. So it's been a fiery day. So, who let the dogs out? No, I'm just joking. Not who let the dogs out. All right. So this student came to me and said, "Hey, Dr. Pinesett, I need your help. I really want to get to nursing school. I really want to get to nursing school. Really want to get to nursing school. I want it more than anything." And for you guys who are going to be applying for my coaching sessions, the number one thing I'm looking for are people who are hungry and really want it. And this case is an example of people who don't really want it. She told me, "I really want it. I want it really bad. I just applied. I didn't get in. I want to figure out what I can do to get better for this next cycle." So, this girl was an excellent candidate. Excellent. She should have been in. Based on the work she did in her undergrad, she should have had all the nursing schools in the country open to her. For medical school, it's the same premise. There's candidates all the time. I see them. They come work with me, and I'm like, "Man, you're laced. Like, if you just do things like this, you will get into any school in the country." I tell them exactly what to do. They botch it. Or, before they come to me, they applied and they botched it in some way. So this woman botched her nursing application. And the overarching theme of what you're going to see here, and this is what happens to people who are exceptionally qualified. You're like, "Man, that person had a 3.8 GPA. This person had this. This person had this. How could they not get in?" The reason people don't get in who are qualified is because they don't present their exceptional self, their best self. They're people who allow their self-doubt, right? And their questionable, right? "Oh, I'm not sure about this." They allow that to creep onto their application and create uncertainty in the minds of medical school applications committees, nursing school applications committee, PA school application committees. People who work with me are successful because we knock all that ish off the table. There is no doubt, there's no confusion. It's complete clarity of who you are and how awesome you are when you apply to medical school. That's what you want to do. Clarity, right? And confidence. It's clear Andre's the man, and here's why he's the man, and that's why you want him in your medical school. Bang, bang, bang. No doubt. And what you're going to see are very simple errors, and you guys are going to be like, that is ridiculous. I can't believe she did that. I swear I see it more commonly than I see it done correctly. Because, you guys know this, right? You look at people that make mistakes, you're like, that is so dumb. I would never light myself on fire and jump off the roof into the pool and let my friends film it for YouTube. That's idiotic. Yet, how many of you guys have filmed stupid videos with your friends in hindsight that were ridiculous, but in the time they seemed like the best idea ever, right? You seemed like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be amazing. Guys, listen to this. Here's what we're gonna do. I want you to flip me upside down and roll me down the stairs and film it. It's gonna be hilarious. Then your neck is broken and you're like, what is going on? This is what happens to students. Everything is easy when you're looking at other people and analyzing things, and hindsight being 20/20. But when we look forward in our own lives, we struggle to see where our deficiencies and errors are and how we're sabotaging ourselves and our future. So this is what we're doing right now. Who ready? Okay, number one, she hands me her application. And the very first paragraph of her application, it is the disadvantaged status paragraph. In that paragraph, she has punctuation issues. And this is the paragraph symbol, right? Where you guys format the page in the paragraph, issues. What she did was she took a bullet pointed list and pasted it into the paragraph. When she copy pasted, she didn't check for punctuation and paragraph formatting carries over. So her application, in every single box almost, looked herky-jerky where things didn't align, and punctuation, capitalization, things that were there went away because the program couldn't handle it. So this is one of the number one things I see people do is they'll copy and paste from Word. But anyone who's ever copied and pasted to the internet, and to those fancy boxes, what do you have to do between Word and going to the internet? What is the smarter way to make sure that your punctuation and formatting is going to be correct for those internet boxes? What do you have to do? What do you have to do? Well, proofread. There we go. Aisha said it. TextPad, Notepad. You have to use a text editor because that's what these programs use. That will assure your punctuation and grammar, or your punctuation and formatting, doesn't get messed up. The other thing we talk about is triple checking and proofreading. Not only yourself, but having other people proofread your material. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, 5, 10, 15 times. Because this is your life on paper. And you guys laugh like, oh, this is a rookie mistake, grammar, ha 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 ha. But how many of you guys let spell check do your proofreading? How many of you guys accept changes, accept changes, accept changes, accept changes, but your Word doesn't recognize what you're trying to say? Your Word doesn't understand what you're trying to bring, and so all you've done is allow the computer to misquote you. And what happens a lot now, that I see more commonly now than I did before, is on Mac computers. So anyone who has an Apple computer knows that when they changed over now, you're in Pages. So that's why I don't use Pages. I have an Apple, but I use Microsoft Word. But in the Pages application, what they have done, which is so idiotic, is they've adopted cell phone spell check. And so what happens is without you even knowing it, the document is being changed underneath your nose. So you go to type something, it's correct, it's not in Apple's dictionary, and it flips it to a new word. Who's ever texted like that, right? You're texting, and they're like, what? How'd you get that? Like, no, I don't want, like, right? You're like, what? What did that to say? I just murdered an antelope. No, that's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say, hey, I care about you, I love you, and it says I murdered an antelope. How did it come out like that? So Pages is doing this people right underneath their nose. It's awful. Aisha, you hate it too? It's terrible. But people will type up their stuff and see no errors in their document and assume, oh, it's all good. If there was a problem, it would have caught it for me. And they copy, paste. Punctuation, grammar, paragraph, all messed up. And sometimes it's a product of rushing. So for my people, right, you're planning out your application. This is why I say you shouldn't be taking the MCAT, you shouldn't be doing the application, all this stuff at the same time, because then everything gets rushed. Nothing is done to perfection. One of the key tenets to being productive and being efficient is not to multitask. One thing, one purpose, one focus. You guys go in this application, you're doing juggling 50,000. I gotta get my letters of recommendation. I gotta get my MCAT. I gotta take my classes. I gotta do this. I'm trying to graduate. I gotta fill out this thing. I got unpaid parking tickets. You're doing all this stuff, and you fail to execute. So what do you end up doing? Cutting corners. All right, I should get this application in. Cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste, and no rechecking what happened. I've even seen it where people go to copy paste their personal statement, and the whole personal statement doesn't get copied in. Only part of it does. They put a page break in their formatting, so the page break doesn't carry it over. Only the first page of their personal statement goes into the box, and they didn't check to see if it was all there, and they submitted half a personal statement. Imagine what that does to your application. Half a personal statement. Terrible. But these are simple mistakes that you guys make all the time, and I see it, and it makes me want to cry / laugh at you. Because I'm sad for you, but at the same time, I'm laughing at you because you're an idiot for doing that to yourself. That's self-sabotage. That's 100% avoidable, and you made that mistake, so you don't deserve to get in. If this is your life, and that's the best attention you can give to yourself, you don't deserve to get into medical school. That's the truth. If you can't take the time to proofread, you don't deserve an admission. And I told her that to her face, and we started off the meeting bad. She was upset with me. I was like, you didn't deserve to get in last cycle. Flat out from that, I would have rejected you right off the top. And for you guys to understand why that's such a big red flag, you have to understand how applications are reviewed. Everyone wants to talk all this trash about how, oh, it's holistic, and oh, they care about getting you. You guys need to pay attention and wake up. It's the real world. People don't have time for your feelings and for your, oh, I'm sorry's and all kinds of stuff. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. You care about you. Your mama cares about you. They don't care about you. They care about making their class the best class that their school has ever had. When they're reviewing applicants, if I'm on the admissions committee, you know what happens? I get a stack like this. Hundreds, thousands of applications hit my desk. Hundreds of applications. And I was doing a coaching session with someone last week, and I was talking about this, and I said, and she was someone who had TA'd and tutored, and I said, that's perfect. That's perfect. I said, when you're reviewing things, and you're a teacher or tutor, a TA, for those people who have been a teacher, a tutor, an evaluator, something like that, I asked her a simple question. We all know the answer to this. If you're grading a stack of 100 papers, anyone's ever done this? When you go to review that stack, does the first document get the same attention as the last document? Jason G says no. Aisha says no. Kasim says no. Well, what do you mean? How is it different? Exactly, Jason. Nobody has time for that. Nobody has the energy. The first one gets more attention. Furthermore, if I know I have 100 pieces of paper to get through, this is the issue people have with their studying, right? If you got 100 chapters to get through, how quality is your studying for each of those chapters? Or do you cut corners and skim through certain things because you know you got 99 more chapters to get to? You get 99 problems, right? And they're all chapters, right? That's how our brain works. It's the same way in application review. People aren't going to read everybody's application in totality. What they do is you got one paragraph, right? For each of your description sections, you got one line to hook me in. Otherwise, I'm on to the next one. And this is why in your application, when you're forming your application, it's so important to have appropriate titles for every single activity. Because if your title sucks, I'm not clicking in. Think about how you guys go through YouTube videos, right? You guys go through YouTube videos, oh man, that's a catchy headline, you click it. You go through Facebook, catchy headline, click it. It's the same way in application support. When you go to apply for your school and they're going to review these applications, that first line has to be on point. Royal Smex Gaming, shout out, you've been shot out. Has to be catchy, you gotta be on it from moment one. That makes them continue to read everything. You want to talk about those details. But you guys lose people in the first sentence because you guys are talking about, well, I did research in the laboratory of this, working with concepts and theories of the earth. I pipette, I use beakers, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yawn is exactly right, Dominica. Flip the page. I'm on to the next application. You've lost my attention. And it starts right here, guys. if I see punctuation, if I see grammar, I don't want to read everybody's application. I'm looking for reasons either to keep reading or to stop reading. And when I get to the first paragraph and I see, excuse me, as this girl had, sorry, her opening line, let me read exactly what it said. Excuse me. She said, I have gratness. I have gratness. I have gratness. That was the second line of her application. I have gratness. Well, I'm sure we don't have a lot of gratness in our school. We could probably use more gratness. We should probably let her in. Right? She followed that 2 lines later. I was hooker. Kid you not, guys. In the first paragraph. This is in her first paragraph. I am gratness. And I was hooker. What she meant to say was, I was hooked. But her spell check said, I was hooker. I'm pretty sure medical schools are not looking for hookers. I'm pretty sure. I can't be 100%, but I'm like 99% sure they're not looking for hookers. That's probably something that they're like, that's probably a questionable skill. Like, there's lots of things we want, like our students have extra diverse experiences. I'm not sure if I want a hooker in my school. So, does everybody understand how simple this is to happen? And we laugh, right? This is insane. This can't happen. This is the stuff that you guys send to me. I kid you not. You guys will send me, people will send me, without ever having talked to me before, they'll see me in these videos, and they'll send me their entire application. And sometimes I won't even respond because it's so absurd, the basic errors that they make. And when you make basic errors like this, it tells me you don't really want medical school. You don't want it. You don't care. If you're willing to send me that garbage, then you don't care about showing me you're serious about medical school. And I don't have time for people who aren't serious, because I'm very serious about getting people to medical school. I want 100% success rate. And it's not possible because I work with students who are long shots, but I work with them to give them the best shot. I don't cherry pick, but I want people who are hungry and who will put in the work. So that's 1. Are we good with 1? This is 22 minutes in. We've done 1 of these 5 points of 1 page. We're gonna do 2 pages of 20 pages I did with this girl. Right off the bat. All of her mistakes. I circled them, highlighted them, underlined them. Look at this, look at this, look at this. You don't deserve medical school. Okay? Best shot, you have to put in your work. Exactly. Mamas, yes, I mentor students outside of California. Okay? Is everybody with me? Like this video right now if you are with me. If you are learning right now, you better like this video right now. I am not playing. Do you guys see that I'm in a mood today? I'm in a mood. Being called colored in first thing in my morning at 6:15 puts me in a mood. 0 tolerance for BS tonight, guys. Are we ready? All right. Number 2. So now she's applying to nursing school. Nursing school has to take what's called the NCLEX. In the MCLEX, it's similar to the GRE, if you will, but it's kind of designed for nursing. It's like the MCAT, MCAT Lite, kind of MCAT GRE mixed together. Her NCLEX score overall was subpar. Her math score was abysmal. How abysmal? 10th percentile. Now let me ask you guys a question, right? For you pre-meds, right? So you pre-nursing students, right? That applies to you, but you pre-med students. Do you ever think a school would take you with a 10th percentile section? If you got 10th percentile, I said NCLEX, sorry, not for licensure. We do NCLEX stuff too. Whatever that nursing exam is called, it's not GRE. I don't think they take GRE. We'll call it the nursing entrance exam. The name of it's irrelevant. Okay. Do you think they would take you with a 10th percentile score in any section? Heck no. Why? Because there's plenty of other people with better scores. And what I explained to her is this score. Oh, so NCLEX is right. Thank you. So Cheryl, NCLEX is right? Don't make me feel bad. Someone said NCLEX is for licensing. I thought NCLEX was to get in. I could be wrong. Is it T's? Someone tell me. Anyway, it's all irrelevant, guys. Because this is for everybody. Nursing, pre-meds, whoever you are, this is for you. We're taking specific examples and making them you generally. She scored low 10th percentile math. What was terrible was her other section was 80th percentile. What does that tell you? If somebody's got 10th percentile in one section and 80th percentile in another section, what does it tell you? Not well-rounded is not the correct word. Kasim is on it. Let's see if anybody else got it. Cheated? No. Wait, that was Dominica was on it. Thomas is on it. Bethany's on it. Lexi's on it. Graham is on it. Ayana's on it. All right, we're all on it. We're with it. I see things like not committed. Didn't work hard. Ignored weaknesses. Now, this is a specific example. But how many of you guys, how was it so easy for you guys to come up with those answers? Because you guys know you do the same exact thing. Maybe not on a macro level on the MCAT, but you guys do it every single day to yourself. Where you aren't committed, you don't want to work hard, and you don't focus on your weaknesses. You ignore them because it hurts. It's, oh gosh, it hurts to feel dumb. So you ignore them. And you allow your weaknesses to build up and build up and build up. And pretty soon your weaknesses are so huge, you can't ignore them. And your whole world comes tumbling down. Because the medical school says, red flag, 10th percentile math. And when I confronted her about her score, and I said these exact things to her. I said, you're not committed. You don't want to work hard. You ignored your weaknesses. You don't want to get into nursing school. You know what she said to me? I couldn't help it. I'm bad at math. It's a weak area. Let me say it again. I couldn't help it. I'm bad at math. It's a weak area. Lexi said it right. Excuses. Roberto said it right. Laziness. Casey said it's right. It's weak. You work on it. The way I paid for college, guys, I had a tutoring company. I'm always about being efficient. And I said to myself, listen, in undergrad and tutoring, where's the money? College students, you guys know you're broke. So I didn't want to tutor college students because you guys are broke. I wanted to get into mommy and daddy's pockets. So what I did was I tutored high school, junior high, and elementary school students. What is the number one thing people want to pay for in tutoring for young kids? ACT, SAT. Because they don't understand that all the ACT and SAT prep in the world does nothing if your student doesn't know how to actually study. And so they get in because they got this great SAT, ACT score, and they can't hang academically in a university. So what would have been smarter was for them to learn how to actually study for their classes and survive in college, but they want the college entrance exams. They want ACT, SAT scores. Oh my gosh, my daughter scored 90th percentile on the ACT, yet she flunks out freshman year because she don't know how to study. In the 6 years I operated my tutoring company, guys, I only ever had one student score below the 90th percentile. It's facts. When people came to me, we did a pretest. I had people score as low as 17th percentile, 15th percentile, 20th percentile. Yet, everybody across the board got better than 90th percentile except for one girl, and she failed me. She got 89th percentile. She messed up my statistics. All this was done. You guys know what I did? I created an ACT curriculum. I created it from scratch. My entire curriculum, I told people, I said, listen, you can do all the other stuff. You can go for all these hours. I said in 20 hours, 20 hours, I'll have your student in the 90th percentile. And people could not believe it. They're like, wait, we take all these courses, they got like 10 hours a week, and blah, blah, blah. I said, no. 20 hours total, and your student will score the 90th percentile. 20th percentile, think about that. 20 hours compared to all this other stuff. 20 hours. And the reason that happened, guys, oh yeah, you guys know, right? So they're going to come back every now and again, but it's okay. It's okay. People can get on here, right? Call me the N-word, say whatever they want. It doesn't faze us, right? Doesn't faze me at all, not in the least bit, not none. And so you guys, don't let it faze you either, but it's exactly what happens. People want to hate on you, want to tear you down, want to call you N-words, want to tell you you ain't nothing when we're on here and we're getting better. We're on here, we're getting better. We're getting better. We want it. We want it, right? So we don't care. Who's ready? Okay? So how do you go from bottom, 10% to 90th percentile in 20 hours? Very, very simply. And I wrote it out here. Because I wanted to explain to her, right? So as we're talking, I'm writing all this stuff down. I said you can go all the way from the 15th percentile to 90th percentile, whatever it is. All it would take is effort and time. That's why I told every parent when I was in the living room, I said, listen, effort and time get you the score. And I said, all I'm here to do is to prepare the material. So I create these materials for you guys, for the students, for ACT. I then create a study plan to how you can access that material effectively in 20 hours and get it all done well. I will sit there and I will kick you in your neck until you get the stuff done. So when you want to quit, I give you a kick. When you want to quit, I yell at you. When you don't want to go further in the studying, I say, no, you're studying right now. And parents would crack up because I would sometimes tutor students, right? Because I worked with a lot of athletes and they got water polo practice at 5 in the morning. I said, it's fine. I'll be there at 3 a.m. And I'd be at people's house at 3 in the morning yelling at people. Study harder. Get it done. No, quit, right? All the time. Giving people, and 3 in the morning, that'll keep you awake. Big black guy yelling in your ear at 3 in the morning, you're with it. And that's what we would do. Wham, 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 wham. Over and over again until they got through all the material how I wanted it done. Preparation, a study plan, and then somebody to kick you in your rear end until you get it done. It's all it takes. Does everybody understand? 3 things, anything you want in the entire world takes. The proper preparation, the proper plan, and the motivation and the drive to get it done. Being committed, wanting to work hard, not being lazy, and not being scared to work on your weaknesses. Not being scared of the work it takes to be exceptional. A lot of you guys are out there half-assing, tiptoeing around all this stuff because you don't want to really put in work. Right? I get people all the time email me talking about, hey, can I get a discount on your MCAT course? I could probably pay like $20. And I just like, no, buy the course. If you can't suck it up and pay $179 compared to paying $2,000 for a course, I don't have time for you. I don't get it. I don't get it. People will literally email me and say, hey, listen, can I get a discount on your From the Bottom to Stanford Medical School course? The course is $9. The course is $9. I'm like, what in the world is going on? The course is $9. How much cheaper do you want me to make it? $4.50? What? Think about that, right? And was it Maharaj just said it right? It's an investment. If you guys want to be successful, you guys got to figure out if you're willing to invest in yourself. Not even just money. Are you willing to invest your focus and your commitment? Are you willing to invest your effort, your work? Are you ready to get it done? Are you willing to invest in your weaknesses? Or are you content to shine in your strengths and show people only your best side, all the while knowing you have a tremendous flaw that in the end is going to nip you by the butt and take you down? Think about that. You gotta be willing. It's not just, it's everything. So that's why for my students who get my stuff, once you're inside my stuff, I give people stuff for free all the time. I give people discounts all the time. I don't care. Because what I want to see is that someone's willing to invest in themselves. So when people show up, buy a course, they're committed, they work hard, they show gains, I give them more free stuff. I don't care. Because that's what I'm about. If you're working hard, you can be around me. That's why we're saying you guys can't just come in my private group anymore. Because I'm sick of lazy people coming around and messing up my vibe and how I feel. I hate it. Laziness irritates the F out of me. It really does. I can't tolerate it. Laziness, ignorance, right? So I'm fired up today. It's ignorant in 2017 to call somebody colored or an uppity nigger or to be on a YouTube feed when somebody's on here giving good advice to call me an N-word for what? Because you're a loser and you're ignorant and I'm allergic. I don't have time for it. All this white nationalist stuff, it's laziness. Trump, DACA, it's laziness. It's easy to say, hey guys, all these illegal Mexicans are taking all the positions in college. All these illegal Mexicans are taking all the jobs. Give me a break, guys. When's the last time you saw a Mexican-American CEO at an American Fortune 500 company? When's the last time you saw a Mexican-American running a hospital? When's the last time you saw a black person running a hospital? Let's be serious. I'm trying to figure out exactly what is up. The problem is these cats are not committed to getting a job. These cats are not willing to work hard with a job. These people have weaknesses that they don't want to show up. They don't want to go to class. This is the problem. Does everybody understand? Forget all the confusion. The reason you won't get into medical school is because you're not willing to do one of these three things. And when I see stuff like this, it shows me she's not ready. And so many of you guys get all these emails. Hey, I know you said that the MCAT is really important and it's one of the selection criteria, but I really want to apply this year. And even though my MCAT is 490, I think I'm going to apply. What do you think? Okay. So you just started your email by saying, hey, listen, I know you said you have to have a great MCAT to get into medical school. And then you lead that off with, can I get into medical school to 490? The answer is obviously no. Same people. Hey, listen, I know you said having a good GPA is important. I've got a 2.7. Do you think I should apply to medical school? No. Hey, I heard you say that it's important to apply early in the cycle. It's September 5th. Do you think it's okay if I submit my application right now? No. No. Absolutely not. No. 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 They want to hear, right? Jason said it. They want to hear that yes, and will keep asking until they hear it. They'll keep skipping YouTube videos until they hear what they want, right? I get all these negative comments on my Caribbean school videos, yet I had a student who I mentored, and I told you guys about this the other night, and it was awful. I felt crying for him. He can't even they won't even consider him. My director laughed at me for asking about an IMG coming to our program. Laughed at me. Laughed at me. But when I try to say, listen, going to Caribbean is not optimal. Yes, you can do it, but it's not optimal. Everyone wants to say, oh, you're full of it. You're full of it. It is optimal. It is amazing. No, it's not. It's not the best. It's not. It just is. So, does everybody understand? Does everybody simply understand this right here? Does everybody understand this right now? If you understand, say, yes, I understand. I got it. Does everybody understand? Now, this is 2. We're 2 out of 5. Let's get to number 3. Oh, I didn't even get to my main point. So all this stuff I mentioned, if you have a low math score, you've got to go in and fix that. She instead avoided it and applied and wasn't qualified and didn't get in. If you guys know that a certain section on the MCAT is going to be tough for you, you can't avoid it. And when you go to study, my number 1 tip would be start with that section. Because if you start with your weakest section on the MCAT, what happens is you start with that weak section. It takes you a long time to get through it. Yes, it's really, really hard. Then you get to the next section, which is easier. So now you're like downhill effect, right? You're snowballing into positive momentum for the test. Also, if you start with your weakest section and you finish everything a little bit early, what does it do? It gives you more time to go back and re-review your weakest section. So now, strategically, we've just set ourselves up to have great momentum while we're studying and get a double dip of what is our weakest area. Does everybody understand? It's a simple strategy. But people don't think about, wait a minute, how should I go about this to be absolutely strategic, to cross all my T's, dot all my I's, and suck every bit of juice out of what I've got, out of everything I've got. So, there we go. That's 2. 3. Poorly sold extracurriculars. What does it mean to you guys to sell yourself? If I say, hey, I want you to sell yourself to me, sell, 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 what does it mean to sell yourself? On your application, what does it mean to sell yourself to schools? To show your worth. Kasim said it right. He's one of my students. To act like I'm the best thing that has ever happened. Bernard said to brag about your abilities. Aaron said it right. To make the school need you. Come on. You're going to need me, baby. You need this. Right? Sell this pen. Yes. Wait, what movie? Wait, Maharsha, what movie is that? Sell this pen. What movie is that? Oh, this is going to bug me now. Maharsha, what movie is that where he says sell this pen? Yes, Wolf of Wall Street. That is outstanding. I love it. Do you guys see there's learning everywhere? Wolf of Wall Street. So this is a funny story about Wolf of Wall Street. We'll diverge for a second here. Is everybody okay if I tell a story? Can I tell a story for 1 second? It's off topic. So who's ever seen Wolf of Wall Street knows that movie's pretty raw. There's drug use, there's all kind of other stuff, right? Shenanigans. And I actually went to see, because I'm a big Leo fan. Anything Leonardo DiCaprio's in, I'll go see, right? Except for Titanic. My wife made me go see that. But otherwise, everything else I'll go see. But so anyway, that movie is raunchy. It's rough. I didn't realize what I was getting into, and I actually went to that movie with my wife and my mom, guys. My mom came with me to that movie, and my mom is very, like, my mom is very conservative, to say the least. So she actually got up and walked out after about 10, 12 minutes. I think it was one part where there was a lot of, like, cocaine and nudity involved. She was like, I'm out of here, and she left. And it was so awkward because there were moments I wanted to laugh. Yes, oh no, Mama Pinesett was upset. I wanted to laugh, but I was like, I shouldn't laugh because I shouldn't know what they're talking about there, right? Safe word, Wolf, exactly. Udala went with his mom. Yeah, it's awful. But so anyway, Wolf of Wall Street, sell this pin. When it comes to selling yourself, you guys are taught, right? And this is the problem with medicine in general. And we're going to have this discussion about whether medicine's worth it and why doctors get screwed all the time. But the reason doctors get screwed all the time, why physician reimbursement is not where it should be. I had this conversation actually the other day in the operating room with a heart surgeon. And he was asked, the medical student, how much do you think I should get paid a year? And the medical student said, oh, I think that, specialty surgeons are overpaid and that everyone should make about $250,000. And the surgeon laughed, and I'm laughing behind the drape because I'm like, this medical student doesn't know what's up. And the fact of the matter is that surgeons, people say that CT surgeons, plastic surgeons, dermatologists make too much because they make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. But what nobody understands is that surgeon's boss, the guy who runs the operating suite, makes more than he does. The administrator who's just there in a tie and does scheduling makes more than the surgeon. People don't recognize the CEO of that hospital, the C-suite, the CFO, all these people, the vice president. These people are making $1 million plus a year to do administrative things in healthcare. Not to be in a room operating on someone's heart under a microscope. It's insane. But people don't have that perspective, and they're like, oh, doctors are overpaid. It's like, no, doctors are not overpaid. Insurance companies are overpaid. The CEOs are overpaid. So someone just said this right here. Yeah, the CHO's nurse administrator at our hospital makes $4 million. I wouldn't doubt it. And the other problem is, right, is they get these benefits in stock options, right, in deferment, in payouts, and all these types of things that are taxed at a lower rate than a physician who's getting paid only for the work they do, and you get taxed at the highest rate. And people don't understand this about healthcare, and they always want to argue that physicians are overpaid. It's absurd to say that any physician is overpaid. People talk about, oh, but pediatricians are underpaid, so take that money from the specialists. No. Pediatricians should make 3 times what they make. Primary care doctors should make 3 times what they make. Not from the specialist pockets, from the CEO's pockets, from the insurance company's pockets, from the hospital's pockets. But nobody's paying attention because physicians are taught not to sell themselves, not to be proud of themselves, not to brag about themselves. They're taught to put their head down, be worker bees, and be humble. Be humble. Oh, be so humble. Well, you know what humble gets you? Humble gets you asked out for medical school. That's what humble gets you. Because when I'm reading hundreds of applications, every year there are perfectly qualified applicants who don't get in. They don't get in. And the problem is that they want to be humble. As a reviewer, it's like this. If you're evaluating someone as your potential partner, right? You're out there, you're a lady, you're evaluating guys. You're a guy, you're evaluating ladies, whoever you're evaluating. And you see someone, they step to you, right? And you say, well, listen, tell me something about yourself. If they say, well, you know, I kind of lost my job, I'm an average student, but I try real hard, and da-da-da. No way, they're not getting a date. It's not happening. And it's the same way in applications. You guys are taught not to brag about yourselves, so all you do is list the facts. In her case, she was the president of the nursing society at her school. All she wrote was the name of the society, then wrote president, and then underneath that she said, my responsibilities included leading meetings, organizing committees, recruiting new members, and growing our organization. Everybody out there, and you guys are gonna laugh, right? That sounds simplistic. That sounds like something you would never do. I see that on everybody's application. Everybody says, I was president, I was responsible for running meetings, I was responsible for working closely with the vice president, I was responsible, right? No. I was club treasurer. I was responsible for balancing the budget. I was responsible for fundraising. Right? That's what you do. You write down exactly what's written in your description. Yet you don't recognize. I'm reading 100 applications and everyone who's applying was a president, was a treasurer, was the vice president, did research. You don't recognize that everyone has all that stuff. So what's the difference in your presidency and someone else's presidency? Right? So Roberto said his old resume was like that until he started working with me. So Roberto's one of my coaching students. We shore all that up. We work all that up. Who just said that? I got to go back. Someone just said it. Jason, you must be in my classes, man. What makes you distinct and distinguished, guys? They want to see, that must be someone else. Hannah. They want to see leadership, making an impact. What kind of difference did you make? So as president, I don't want to hear the copy paste from your organization's website. I want to hear what you specifically did. I want to hear what absolutely you did that was different from every other president. As president, I doubled our membership quota. Impressive. As president, I led new initiatives that led to a fundraising increase of X amount of dollars. Someone just said it. I created a mentorship program because I feel it's important to reach back and always give of ourselves for other people and bring people up. Bam! 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 Sell, 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 sell. And now, when they go back to the admissions committee, they're like, listen, we got to take this person. We got to take this person. They have clear, concrete things to say about you. Well, listen, they weren't just the president. They started a mentorship program. And this mentorship program helped 50 young students get to high school, succeed, do whatever it might be. That's selling yourself, and it makes all the difference. And so many of you guys, and people were saying on here that your resumes are like that, or that you would do that in your application, it's because you've been taught that way. It's so backwards. I get fed up with society because they mistrain you. People talk about capitalism versus socialism. People talk about, oh, you're arrogant. People talk about you're pompous. People talk about, yeah, you're an elitist. What does it mean to be an elitist? Yes, I'm an elitist. I'm an elitist because I like elite stuff. I like to be elite. There's nothing wrong with that. If you like to be mediocre, right, with that mediocre strand the other week, and be average, then be average. But if you're serious about getting to medical school, then you got to embrace your eliteness and you got to rock with it. You got to be like, yeah, I'm pretty much the man. I'm pretty much the man. If you don't say that, if you have doubts about yourself, if you're not 100% sure that you belong in medical school, how do you expect someone else who doesn't even know you to be confident in your ability to get there? Think about that, guys. Imagine this. If you have doubts, how can they not have doubts? You guys all see this all the time. You don't even recognize it. You don't pick up on it. You go watch a presentation from a student, and within 10 seconds, you know whether they're nervous or whether they're confident. And when you see someone who's confident from the moment one of their presentation, what happens? You sit back and you're like, oh, this is going to be good. They're ready. They know what they're talking about. And even if they're talking craziness, you're with it because you're like, man, they must know what they're talking about. They're confident. Yet the person who's nervous and has their flashcards and is doing this, they could have the best statistics in the world and you can't get with it because they didn't believe in themselves. They have doubts, you have doubts. And that's what people do all over their stinking application. And people want to argue with me all the time. If you have weaknesses, you should let them out into the world. You should tell the medical school, hey, I know my GPA sucks. Hey, I know I have no extracurriculars. Hey, I know I'm terrible. What? Never am I telling on myself. I'll do some of this. Hey, ignore the train wreck over here. Look at this. Right? I'm not going to be like, wow, look at this wreckage, the carnage that is my undergrad. No, I'm like, there's nothing over here, so look over here. Right? Anyone ever been surprised at your house? Anyone ever had someone pop over to your house and you weren't expecting company, right? And so you got the dirty clothes pile, right? And you got some stuff out and you're like, oh no, I don't want them to see this. So what do? You quickly like slam the door and you're like, let's go outside and hang out. It's such a beautiful day out. Why don't we get out and look at the birds, right? That's what you do. That's what you do. So why in the world, right? Aaron just said it. Why would you play yourself? Why would, see, Charles said, no snitching, right? Who watches Power? We're watching Power right now. Don't tell me. I'm not caught up yet, right? No snitching. We ain't snitching. I ain't see nothing. I ain't hear nothing. So I ain't say nothing. So ain't nothing happen, right? That's what they say? Something like that. Tommy's the man. He makes that show for me. Anyway, right? Don't snitch on yourself. For what? What do you gain? And the perfect example of this, let me give you guys a perfect example. So I had a student who I work with. She's amazing, and she's going to get into every school in the country. Guaranteed this cycle. And the one school that she applied to that she hadn't heard from was UCSF. And she was like, hey, Dr. Pinesett, I know you always want to be aggressive, and I haven't heard back from UCSF yet. So I was just wondering, like, do you think it'd be appropriate to send them an email? Here's what I was thinking about sending. And she was about to send, like, hey, I know you may be concerned about this, but I want you to know blah, blah, blah. I was like, whoa, that's not what we're doing. I said, first of all, don't send an email because it's easy to ignore. I said, better call the office, ask to speak to someone. When you get them on the phone, tell them, hey, I haven't heard back on my application. I just want to point out to you guys I'm a very strong candidate, and I really appreciate UCSF and what it has to offer, in particular, this program. I'd love to be considered. I haven't heard from you guys. I want to make sure you guys have an application, yada, yada, yada. She called the school. I kid you freaking not. I'll show you guys. I'll post a picture of the text stream I had with her. She sent me this message in the morning. I said, no, don't do that. Do this. Blah, 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 blah. She called the school at 11:30 something or other. By 4 o'clock, she had an invite in her box. UCSF, one of the most competitive schools in the country, didn't hear from them. Within 4 hours of calling and talking to someone, she had an interview. No apologies, no doubts. Hey, I think my application must have got lost because I'm the bomb and I didn't get no invite. So where we at? What we doing? What's up? And this is so true. I'll tell you guys this other story, right? So I mentioned how aggressive I was. If you guys haven't seen this video, I've talked about how I went about residency. I was not messing around. I wanted the exact residency I wanted. I don't play around. Like you guys see, I'm very serious. I leave nothing to chance. No stone unturned. I'm delivering every single time. So when I was going to residency, I was thinking about going back to my alma mater, the UCI, right to the end year, And when I set out my residency applications, I didn't get an interview invite from UC Irvine. I was like, no. My residency application is way too good not to hear from UCI, right? And I could have let it go, right? Because I had other schools. I'm like, no. I want all my options. I want to be able to see. I want to be able to pick my residency program. So what did I do? What I'm always telling you guys, I'm aggressive. I went on UCI's website. I figured out where the program director was going to be, the next public event that we're going to be doing, and I showed up at that event. Went to the event. I knew exactly what she looked like because her picture was on the website. And I said, hey, you're Dr. Such and Such. She's like, yes. And she's like, unsure. I'm like, hey, I'm Andre Pinesett. I'm a medical student from Stanford. I applied to your program, and I didn't get a residency interview. I said, I'm from Orange County. I went to UC Irvine for undergrad. Zot. I went to UCLA, got my master's. I'm balling out at Stanford. Where my interview invite at? Where we at? Oh, you're unsure? Hold on one second. Boom, CV out the pocket. Step 1 score, 90-something percentile, right there. Bam. Research, bam. Volunteering, bam. Tutoring, bam. Any questions? Just like that. So, right, I walked her through the process. Listen, this is the reasons, and then look right here. Now, where's my interview invite? I kid you guys not, she pulled out her phone right in that moment and was like, there must have been a mistake. She sent out a text. She had a text back. She's like, okay, listen, here's what we're going to do. Email me tomorrow and we'll set you up an interview date. Thank you. And I left. Who won it? I want it. I'm not missing out. It ain't going to be no accidents around this camp. We getting results. Either you want it or you don't. People said, oh, I wish I had that kind of confidence. It's not confidence. I would, shoot. I was nervous as heck going up and doing that. I don't know this person. But I'm going to get mine. This is my future. How bad do you want it? Because nobody is stopping me, guys. And you guys got to have that mentality. There's nothing. How do you even get on this topic? But selling yourself. You got to come with it. Confidence sells every single time. It's up to you. Get it? Get it or don't. And people always ask me what my favorite quotes are. I have so many favorite quotes because quotes I feel like inspire you all over the place. But honestly, 50 Cent is one. Get rich or die trying. I will be successful or I will absolutely die trying. You think I set my mind to? I will die trying. And I told you guys my story, my track story. You guys, I'm a big guy. I'm not thin. All right, I don't shop in the petite section. I'm in the Husky Boy Club, right? Husky Boys only, right? Husky Boys. I dropped over 50 pounds to run track. I dropped 40 pounds in 30 days, 47 pounds to be exact, in 30 days. Because I told myself, I will get on this track team or I will kill myself trying. Everything is that serious to me. And you guys don't take it serious. You guys can't be inconvenienced. As we talked about in that inconvenient truth video. You guys can't be, oh, that's uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want to, right? There is no inconvenience, no uncomfortableness. There's nothing that is too great to stop me from getting mine. You literally have to kill me to get me to not get mine. That's how dead serious it is. You literally would have to come out and kill me to stop me from getting mine because I'm ferocious. I'm tenacious, right? It can't be stopped. And you guys don't have that same sentiment, and so therefore you won't get where you want to go. It all goes back, right? Have I beat that point to the death yet? All right. If you're still with me, say, yeah, I'm with you. Say, no, matter of fact, say, I'm going to get mine, if that's where you're at. I think my neighbors hate me right now. I'm yelling out this place right now. You guys keep chatting away for a second here. Gotta spare my neighbors my yelling right now. Yes, gonna get mine. Gonna get mine. All right, so at what point? We're on point number 3. We're an hour in. We're on point number 3. So do you guys see how fun these pre-med case files are gonna be? Who's excited for this? I'm so excited. I love getting live with you guys. That's why I like this live stuff instead of filming videos. I can have like fancy recorded videos with all the cut-ins everybody doing, like the fancy colors. Oh, you want to be a great student? You gotta have highlighters. Oh, you want to be a great student? You gotta have notebooks. Or we can be on here and get real and get raw and do some stuff and get at it. That's what we're about on this channel. Ain't about all this fluff. You guys want some effects? Look at this. Effects. Razzle dazzle, razzle dazzle. No, no. It's just some advice, right? All right. All right, poorly sold sprinklers. Fourth. Terrible letters of recommendation. Yes, Cynthia, you're correct. Those are fancy effects. Right? Terrible letters of recommendation. Yes, all caps because it's that terrible. Are you guys ready? You get this. You know what's funny? This is all. Oh, right? This is all one student who made all these mistakes. Okay? Terrible letters of recommendation. I looked at this girl's letter of recommendation and I said, how do you feel about your letter of recommendation? And he said, oh yeah, they're pretty good. You know, I got one from this big professor, such and such. She's, you know, professor emeritus, da da da. I got one from my nursing preceptor. She's the head of the program, master's in nursing, da da da, blah, blah, blah. Like all these big wigs. And what I explained to her is so important for you guys to learn. And everybody has always questions about letters of recommendation. The bottom line thing about letters of recommendation is that, like C. Charles said, they're extremely important because they provide external validation of what you feel about yourself. So when you say you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, letters of recommendation come in and validate that because it's someone else telling them that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. But the most important factor is not how grand a person this person is, right? It's not who you know, it's who knows you. Your letters of recommendation writers must know you on a deep level and be able to speak positively about you in an individualistic way. It's not about that skeleton standardized letter. It's about having something that's personal, speaks to you, and takes you from the real person you are and makes you this superhero. Makes you incredible. Makes you someone who's got like an aura around you. Aura around you. One of her letters said, I kid you freaking not, guys. One of her letters led off with, blank was here consistently. Blank participated in blank. Blank did a good job at completing her assigned tasks. I recommend blank for nursing school. Gosh. Why? I don't understand. And she was like, oh, you did pretty good. Get out of here. What are you talking about? Blank was here. They tell me. I was like, tell me this person didn't say blank was here consistently. As opposed to what? Like, what is your standard? Like the kid just shows up? What is that? A table is here consistently. What is that? Right? This is all one letter of recommendation, and this is what happens to you guys. Because you guys don't pay attention, and you guys go to these people who don't know you and ask them for a letter of recommendation, and they want to be nice, and they say yes. And so they write you a letter of recommendation, and it's just skeleton, based on their skeleton template for anyone who asks them for a letter of recommendation. And this is the number one problem with asking your teacher, right, who's your professor for one class, for a letter of recommendation, is that you know that 400 other people are asking them for a letter of recommendation. So if they're going to be doing 200 letters of recommendation, odds are they're not going to be a very high quality. They're going to be right a quantity way. So it's going to be standardized, blank was here, blank was here, blank was here. It's terrible. Okay? The other letter of recommendation, okay, is, so I said the other one was positive, but didn't speak to your prospects as a nurse and desire to become a nurse. And what the letter said is from like her nurse supervisor, and what it was saying is that such and such did good and blah, 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 and she has these skills and yin, yin, yang. But what your letters of recommendations have to do is not only make you seem good in whatever they know you for, but it has to make you seem good to the medical school or the nursing school. So if that letter doesn't put whatever context they know you in, whatever skills you have, in a medical school or nursing school format, it doesn't matter. So the perfect example is with something like research. hey, such and such did research on these things. She was very good. She got her work done, blah, blah, blah. She was very highly skilled at electron microscopy, and yada, yada, she knows how to raise the fish wonderfully. She was gentle with them. All that stuff is great. But all that stuff doesn't translate because you're not going to be caring for fish in medical school. So what that person has to do is take that and then wrap it in a medical school bow. Such and such was very delicate with the fish. And when I saw her working with the fish, I could see that she was a delicate, caring person and compassionate. And I can see in the future that she will take this same care of her patients, nurturing them, feeding them, making sure they are warm and cared for, and taking their medications. So let her in to your medical school. Do you guys see the subtle difference there? The subtle difference? Okay. So, everybody's there. And what I wrote, so I always write down, right? So as I'm talking to people, I write down stuff because I come up with these like spur of the moment analogies I think are very accurate. So for her, I said, what this letter of recommendation did was it's like those commercials with a bunch of random pictures, right? It's the lady riding the horse down the beach. And you're like, well, what is this about, right? There's a bunch of images flashing, there's all these colors, and at the end they flash their logo, Coca-Cola. And you're like, wait, what is the horse, the guy riding on a skateboard, and all this has to do with Coca-Cola? Like, I wish they would have just told me, hey, listen, drink Coke, it's delicious, it's cold on a hot day. That would have sold me, but I don't get what the lady on horseback has to do with Coke. That's what you guys do in your application. Does that make sense? Okay. As part of that, your letters of recommendation have to be on message. When you write your application, you need to understand what you want them to understand about you and come away with. If you don't understand that, you can't positively have an effective application. You need to make sure that your letter of recommendation writers understand what the central message of your application is and that they meet that. If they don't, it's problematic, because then you become a schizophrenic applicant. Well, are they this? Are they that? Are they this? I don't know what they are. I don't know what kind of person they're going to be in our class and how they fill the slots we're looking for in terms of having a diverse class. I don't know what slot they would fill. So everybody say Graham had a good question, so I'm going to answer it. I'm trying to have a flow here, guys. I'm trying to get some flow. So Graham said, if you are introverted, how do you sell your personality? So guys, guess what? Here's a news flash. What if I told you I'm an introvert? Would you believe that? If you don't believe that, you're wrong. I'm an extreme introvert. And let me show you right here. Give me 1 second. So I tell you guys consistently, right? What do I like to do? I like to read. I like to get better. I like to understand what my weaknesses are, and I work on them. So that every single weakness I have becomes a strength. If you want to be great, you got to be willing to work. I was an introvert. I'm still an introvert. I like being at home, alone, not around people. It makes me nervous. People are going to judge me. So I went out and I said, listen, I'm going to change that. I'm going to be able to portray that extrovert, that confidence. I'm going to be able to talk to people. So I went out and I bought books upon dozens of books, not one, not two, dozens of books about how to make introvertedness extrovertedness, how to appear confident, how to be able to go outside your shell and make stuff happen. And my favorite book, I'll recommend it to you guys now. You guys ready? Quiet. The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. So on my bookshelf, I have lots of books. I only keep the books that are top flight, amazing, that I may want to reference again. So people are saying they've read it, it's an awesome book. But if you ever have a weakness and you want to fix it, you've got to be willing to have all the work done. And it's not just one book. It's not just one book. I could go to my shelf. Don't make me go to my shelf, y'all. How to talk to absolutely anyone. Step into the spotlight. Branding yourself. It's just 4 that I kept. I'm talking dozens of books. How many of you guys, and I asked this a couple things ago, I said, listen, how many books do you have to read to be an expert? How many books do you have to read to be an expert in any subject? 3 is the correct answer. It's the freaking truth. Because nobody in the world ever reads 3 books on a subject. They pick up 1 book and assume they're an expert. If you really want to be an expert, you got to be reading, studying, going. It can't be 1 book. That won't get you there. People want to always impress me. Oh yeah, I've read that book. And I'll be like, okay, you've read that book? What other books have you read on the subject? Oh, well, I got that book. It was long. It was good. Okay. Well, what if I told you about this book, and 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 this class, and this... What? Who? What? When? Where? What? And they wonder why they don't know more than everybody else. People try to come to me, and I'm telling you, I have these companies, these people you see on the internet, who you guys are like, oh man, that person's got a great YouTube channel. And I won't call them out here. I called out this woman in particular in my private group, and I said she's a hack. And why is she a hack? Because this chick tried to have me on her little program, and so she could pretend to be an expert, and all she does is steal other people's stuff and present it on her channel. She's a hack. And you guys get all these people out there, I get all these companies, right, that charge students thousands of dollars to work with them, asking me to outline for them my application system. Asking me, hey, can you come in, consult on this, we'll make you a board member, we'll make you this, blah, blah, blah. And I say flat out no. I said, because you guys are scam artists. You should never portray yourself as an expert if you're not an expert. If you can't step up to the plate and deliver for students every single time, don't tell me you're an expert. You're lying to students, and I won't assist you in your scamming and defrauding students. I'm not with that. If you're not an expert, don't be an expert. And someone said, just like Joel Osteen. So what did they say about Joel Osteen? Are you slamming Joel Osteen and how he wouldn't let people go to his church? And this is, I'm gonna make a point out of you right now. That's what you're saying. So who said Joel Osteen? You're talking about how Joel Osteen wouldn't let the people go to his church in Houston, how terrible that is? He's a scam artist? Okay. So let me school you guys up. You guys read one headline and assume it's true. And don't ever go further than the headline. This is my point. So people who have said Joel Osteen is a scam artist and he doesn't care about people because he wouldn't let the displaced people from Houston go stay in his church. They said he's garbage, don't believe in him, he's not a good Christian, he does all kind of things. But people don't recognize and learn from past experiences. And what Joel Osteen said, and it was perfectly valid, was that I don't let people in my church, I'm not willing to help with this one because I've helped with disasters before, and do you know what happens? People come in there, they rape people, they rob people, they hurt people, and then who gets sued? I do. And last national disaster, if you guys look at the Superdome in Louisiana, or Joel Osteen's church, the last time there was a disaster, what he was saying is there were millions of dollars of lawsuits and damages that went not against the individual perpetrators who you'll never catch, that went against the facility that brought them in. People got hurt, something fell, this happened, this all things happened, and then the church suffers. And so what he said was, my money is better spent in giving to the cause. Because what's going to happen is the money will be lost in lawsuits for people who got hurt from other people being messed up. And so my exact point is that people don't understand thoroughness. The reason I can live stream and answer questions at the drop of a hat, people can't understand that, and that's why no one else will go live, they don't have the expertise, is that, guys, I'm so deep in the streets, right? I am deep in application. I am deep in pre-med. You could never catch me off guard with a question because I've heard them all 1,000 times. There's nothing new. I've done the research. I've read 10, 20, 50, 30. I've read more books than anybody you'll come across for studying. Anyone you'd ever come across for interviewing. What are we talking about? Application. Whatever you want, I've read. I'm not an expert in everything. But the things that I say I'm an expert in, I'm an expert in. And for other people to claim they're experts and they're not, it's ridiculous. I tell you guys, and it made me so in my heart swell yesterday in our private group that someone said that pre-med productivity is this contagious thing or whatever. And one of the thing that someone said that really made me feel incredible was she said, I watch all of his videos and now I don't let anybody tell me anything. I learn myself and I follow myself. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is that I'm trying to empower you guys to be independent and have enough in you to make it happen for yourself. It's not about me. It's not about other people. It's about you being your own expert. It's about you being your own person. And whoever this changes is new to our channel. He must be, because he's asking me about, what about undergrad prestige? Well, I got a video on that. Go watch that video. Right? Making your own decisions. So see, Charles cleared it up for me. That's what it's about, guys. I'm not like, I don't want to be, right? And that's why I love my man Tony Robbins. If you guys have seen his Netflix special, it's called I'm Not Your Guru. That's exactly how I feel. I'm not like your guru. I'm here to give you a plan, right? I'm gonna give you the preparation, give you the plan to execute that preparation, and then give you a kick in the butt. But everything else is up to you. Either you're going to make it happen or you're not. It is what it is. Okay. Terrible letters recommendation. Whew. We're at 75 minutes. Who's with me still? Who's ready? Who's ready? Didn't do industry research. Am I a nurse? No. Did I ever apply to nursing school? No. Therefore, when I go to talk to her about applying to nursing school, I would expect that she would know more than me. However, when we met, I kid you not, I'm like, wait a minute, like, right, because I have a sound set of fundamentals and frameworks that apply to everything. But I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and get really into what we're talking about here, right? And let me really figure out about nursing school. So I did 90 minutes of research. I cut myself off. When I ready to go into this, I let myself to about 90 minutes of just research and new stuff. And then I spend the rest of the time putting stuff together. But 90 minutes of research. And in 90 minutes of research, I knew more about the nursing application industry than she did. When I asked her about the list of schools that she applied to, I was like, why would you apply to this school? Why did you apply to this school? Why would you apply to this school? I was like, oh, I don't know. I just did it because I like this, right? Like, I thought it was a nice play. Well, like, no thought process. And I'm like, wait, you're not qualified because you don't have this class. This school requires you have this class, and therefore when you applied there, you weren't even qualified. Oh, I didn't know that. Right? And walking it through. And what I said to her was, and I'll say to you guys, you need to know everything about what you're doing, what you're applying to, what you're trying to study, whatever it might be. So if you're trying to be successful in anything, you have to know everything about it, or you have to have access to someone who knows everything about it. Otherwise, you can't plan and prepare optimally to maximize your chances of success. If you aren't an expert in medical school admissions, then you either need to become an expert or you need to find an expert who will allow you to use their expertise as your own. But if you apply to medical school uninformed, uneducated, unaware, unorganized, you will fail because everyone else is coming out guns blazing. Guns blazing. Right? And yeah, I'm a black monkey. Yes. So someone just called me a black monkey. I am a black monkey. Yes, thank you. Black monkey here. Thank you for your wonderful comment and your insightful, comment on here. Black monkey, you're so amazingly creative. You're so amazing. That was so creative. I love it. I love it. You must have an IQ of 1,000. You're ready. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Black monkey. That was so 3 months ago on this channel. Thank you for going back to black monkey, which is the easiest comment to call a black person. A black monkey. You black monkey. Oh, now here come the N-word. I love it, right? Be a little more creative. Get with it. Be better than that. Be better than that. So anyway, didn't do their industry research. You have to do your industry research. You have to do it. You have to do it or have someone else who knows their stuff helping you out. Otherwise, it's all for naught. Does everybody understand this? It's not about having other people necessarily if you can become your own expert. And the way I became the pre-med productivity expert is simply by reading books, reading articles, talking to people, and doing that more than other people. Therefore, I became more expert. And that's how I know no one could ever talk to me and get at me and be more expert than me, because you could never catch me, because I'm still every single day going at it, doing more, doing more. I got 2 books in my bag right now, doing more, doing more. So everybody's got to want it. You've got to want it. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with this. So we got all 5 of these things, right? And that all makes sense. Who liked those 5 things? Let me know right now if you like those 5 things. The last thing I want to leave you with is this. C. Charles said, it won't catch me slipping. All right, so the last thing I want to leave you guys with is, and someone said it earlier on this because they knew where I was going, I think. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. If you guys aren't putting in the preparation time to get yourself where you want to go, that's a you problem. You will fail, and I will have no sympathy for you. In the case of this woman, I immediately said, hey, listen, I can't work with you. You don't want it. You haven't done the preparation, and you're due to fail. And I can tell you don't want it, so I won't work with you. And I never answered another one of her emails or her calls. And that was the end of it. Because I don't have time to work with people who are preparing to fail. If you're not preparing to succeed, I'm not with you. It's very clear. I have no qualms about that. I have no problems with that. I didn't say you have to be super smart, to be super gifted, you have to have all your credentials. I said, if you're not willing to work and do the preparation, I have zero interest in working with you. That's what's up. So you guys have to decide in your own lives if you want to prepare to succeed or if you want to prepare to fail. That's all I'm trying to say. You got to do what you are willing. You got to be willing to do what is required. The preparation, the legwork. But so many people email me. Why would you email me asking about something if you haven't watched all my videos? Why would you email me asking for a discount on my $450 course and you haven't taken the time to buy my $9 course? Hey, I think I want to buy your study course, but I'm not really sure. Can you tell me more about it? Buddy, take my intro course. Figure it out. Watch all my videos. Make sure you like what I'm talking about. Don't waste my time in my inbox with your stupid questions because you're not willing to do the preparation. Get with it. All right? So was that along? There was no question and answer here, really. I answered like 2 questions. But I thought this was very important to get across to you guys. This is a fraction of what we're going to start doing in these webinars I'm talking about in my pre-med case files. It's going to be off the hook, guys, in addition to the course that's pre-selling on Sunday. I'm not kidding you. Get your butt to my website on Sunday and buy the course. You're going to want the course. Does everybody understand? Don't mess this up. This is your opportunity. I'm telling you right now, get over to Sunday, get it for much cheaper than it's going to be after that. Because after that, I'm not giving any discounts. Get to my website, read the details, figure out if it's for you or not, get it. Then figure out if you want to do pre-med case files like this all the time. Because that's what we're doing. Because I want to make sure that people get there and understand and that people aren't confused about where we're at, that people are going to get where they want to go. So, I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you. And I appreciate the racists who come on here and call me the N-word, call me black monkey, and call me all these things, and have all these, homophobic slurs. I love it. Because you are telling me that I'm preaching the good word, right? That I'm bringing it. That I'm helping people, that I'm bringing positivity because only people only will take the time out of their day to bring negativity if you are bringing positivity. That's what's happening. If you guys, right, it's like Cat Williams said, if you don't have haters in your life, you're doing something wrong. Because a hater only hates somebody who's got something that they're jealous of. These cats wish they could be on here and have a chance to go to medical school like you guys do. These guys wish that they had the intelligence and the drive to get where they want to go. Does that make sense? It doesn't faze me at all, because that just tells me that I'm doing it and you guys are doing it. Stay in tune with your star player. So don't let that ever faze you guys. Right? That's why I did the video this morning, because these cats are all over the place. They're not just on here. They're not just out in these white nationalist rallies. Racists are everywhere, and it's shameful to be racist. From any race you're from, it's shameful to be racist of any other race. We live in 2017. There's too much awareness to ever be as ignorant as some of these people are. So recognize. But I want everybody to understand, Sunday, www.premedproductivity.com. Get your butt there. You're going to want this. I'm not kidding. There will not be any discounts after Sunday. Not a one. Not never. Not never. And that is your only shot, if you get this course, to get to the pre-med case files. For my cats who are already in my private group, nobody else, there's a very special, I said there's emails coming. There's a very special announcement for you guys, right? Because I treat my people who are my people the right way. So there's a very special announcement coming for you guys. Be ready for that. You guys are going to love it. I'm excited. All right, because you guys are my peeps. So everyone have an excellent night. Whew. Was that long enough? 86 minutes? I thought it was good tonight. I thought we did a lot of good stuff. If you guys like this, please, 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 drown out the hacks. Take a second, like the video after we get off here, like it. Take a second, comment, say you like it. Say you like my courses if you're in the courses, get it out there. And take time, it takes 2 minutes. Grab the link from this and share this to your Facebook and your Twitter accounts and get this video out there so other people can be informed as well. Please, please. All right? Yes, Courtney, the t-shirts. Don't worry, there's an announcement, an email coming to you this week about the t-shirts. All right? Thank you guys. We did it. Another good week of pre-med Q&A, even though there was very little Q&A. And someone just said they emailed me a couple times. Email me again. I'm not intentionally ignoring you. It takes me a while because I have all these terrible emails in my inbox, and so it takes me time to get to your quality email. Email me. I'll try to get back to you. Thank you guys very much. I'm out. Share, like, get to my website, www.premedproductivity.com. Plenty of good courses on there now. More courses coming your way, particularly Sunday pre-sale. Gotta get it. All right, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Later, guys.